So it's super tight in here. It is what it is. We got nasty ass food above me. Try to stay skinny. Think skinny thoughts. Think skinny thoughts.
This video is brought to you by Sportland. Quality, integrity, and tradition.
Alright, so today we've got a set of Cook's drawers that's not working. Got a big old chunk of ice. Nastiness. And then check this out over here. That thermostat says E2. So I can already tell you what's going on here. That thermostat failed. It's got two thermostats. This side is trying to cool the whole box. So it iced up. Plus it looks like maybe a bad fan motor. We're gonna get it defrosted, leak checked, and then get the thermostat replaced and go from there. It's gonna be an interesting one. It's nasty. All right, because I'm gonna be de-icing the drawers and getting in there, I'm gonna go ahead and do a leak check since I'm gonna have the coils open. We're gonna leak check each coil. Again, we're just doing big picture stuff. So I'm gonna turn off the disconnect switch, put the gauges on, equalize out the gauges. That way I don't have to worry about it calling. And then we'll, when we have the covers off, we'll leak check them. All right, I turned off the breaker to the compressor. We're hooked up. We're just gonna equalize out the gauges. We'll have better leak checking abilities that way. It's really easy to get to the breaker panel in here. Good gosh. Seems up to code. Yeah, shut it all off. Got the drawers out. Look at the inside. It's pretty nasty, but I'm gonna start blasting this stuff off. That way we can get, the cover off and check it all out. Just go to town. I'm not trying to be nice here right now. At this point, I'm just gonna clean the whole damn box out because I don't want to lay in this crap. And I have to defrost it anyway, so I'll have to dry it though so the water doesn't drip on my head. Nasty. Shrimp. Alright, we got this one defrosted. I just blew out the drain with my cool little drain tool. But the problem is it popped up into the other drain, so we'll have to figure that out. We're gonna run this leak detector across this coil real quick. See if we pick anything up. I'm gonna put it on high sensitivity, put it on turbo mode. See if we pick up any leaks. Now I don't know that there's a leak, I'm in here and I don't want to have to come back, you know? Nothing. Oh, what? We were picking something up. Could be just that I was moving it. When it's on turbo mode, if you move it too fast, you can pick up some false readings. It's leaking right around that power head. We keep getting hits. Let's see if we can zero it out. I keep getting a hit right around that power head. It's hit and miss, so I don't know if it's a false alarm or not. Nothing. We're looking for the lighted tip on the end. Nothing. Nothing. So I'm not picking anything up. Checking the wall. No, I don't think we're picking anything up. Okay, we're gonna put this guy back together and then we gotta get through the other ones. So I'm on the second coil and I'm still using cardboard because I don't wanna lay in that water. Even though it's somewhat clean compared to what it was earlier. Yeah, it's much cleaner in there. I still don't wanna lay in the water. And I'm leaving the cover off of the first coil because when I blew that drain out, it blew into this one. So we gotta make sure that they're not all plugged up or something. Okay, let's do the second coil. Cool, I'm surprised. Not picking anything up. That's good. All right, move on to the next. Last coil. Oh no, not last. We're not picking anything up in this one either. This is a good sign. Again, I don't know that there's a leak. I'm just doing this because I have the coils open. So I potentially don't have to do it again, you know? Just soaked it to make sure the drain's draining, and it is now. So far we're all good. We just need to get to the last one. There was also a bunch of food and stuff, and I just kind of pushed it all out with the water hose. That way it's not going to go back down into the drain. Alright, this is my last coil. Leak check this guy real quick. Most common place is in those return bins over there. This looks good. I like it. Go up here real quick. Don't see any issues. Cool, we're gonna get this guy cleaned out. Back in here, get the temp control changed, and then continue on from there. So it's super tight in here. It is what it is. We got nasty ass food above me. Try to stay skinny. Think skinny thoughts. Think skinny thoughts. So the temperature controller said E2 on it. E2 is a memory loss. But you can pull the back of the controller and it'll tell you. E2 is a memory error. It says right here on the back. Sometimes you can reset power and it'll come back, but inevitably it's a bad control, so just change it. Luckily, oh no, I don't think I can. I'll have to do this in here. So it shouldn't be too difficult. So we're just gonna swap it out. Let's see, black goes to common, white goes to 120, and then blue goes to normally open and normally closed. We should be able to figure that out. One of my favorite tools, this little pocket screwdriver, Klein. It's starting to hurt my back. These masks are pissing me off. Try to be courteous and do the right thing. Just it gets frustrating when you're working. Okay. Whew. It's killing my back right now. Damn it. All right, fan motor's working, moving air. They're all working. We're gonna make sure the temp controls are set correctly. Should be about 37, 35. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna mess with it. And then let's go check the last one down at the bottom. See what it says. Oh, there's something's funky in here. Let's check this. 70. Change it down to 35. With the 3. There you go. Now, what's going on here? Yeah, it's hitting, so I gotta figure that out. All right, I fixed it. So they're all moving good. Temperature controllers are set right. Okay. And all is well, so we need to put the cages back in, the drawers back in, and then jump on the roof, check out the refrigeration circuit, and then we gotta verify that the coils are actually working. You know, we know we had a bad thermostat, so that wouldn't make these two coils right here work, or that would stop them from working, which is why I think it was iced up down there, and why that fan motor down at the end failed, but we can't assume that that's it, so we still need to check TDs across the coils. Man, this is a lot of work. These guys are slammed in there right now too, getting busy. I'm gonna turn this guy on. These guys never took the food all out of the drawers, so I really don't want to put the drawers back in right now. Unless I pull all the food out of it. Let's turn this guy on. So we're going to turn it on and see if we can get TDs on the coils with the drawers off. Just want to verify they're actually working. D right here. Once you kick on, sight glass should clear up. And we'll go check TDs. All right, we're still under a heavy load, but the sight glass cleared up. There you go. Got a clear sight glass. It's awfully yellow too, almost like someone put dye in this system. But okay, we're gonna go check TDs now. Okay, we're gonna compare the coils. 51. 48. 60. 51. Man, I'd like to see this one a little bit lower. Let's go down to the bottom. See what our return air temp is. Our return air temp is 67. 61. They're all working. I've all got about a 10-degree TD. I just like to see them a little bit colder, but there's not much more I can do about it today. All right, that was the best I can do today. They're slammed in there, so I told them keep an eye on it, and that I'd be back next week to follow up, check the temps, make sure all the coils are good. But yeah, sometimes, you know, these things get frustrating because it's 10 o'clock. They're a super high volume restaurant and they're super busy in there. I tried using the thermal imager, kind of gave me decent temps. I also put in actual field piece temperature clamps or temperature sensors too, and it was pretty good, but I'd like to spend a little bit more time just to make sure we have really good TDs across there. But like I said, I'm just not going to spend too much more time here today, so we're going to take the gauges off and wrap it up for now. Okay, so we came back. Just want to verify that these things are working properly. About 32 degrees. Try to get it in the same spot. Yeah, about 32 degrees. So we're just going to go through to each one real quick. Work our way through here. Try to find, it's hard to find the exact same spot that you were temping. There we go. I got like 34, yeah. So it's working. It's just using the laser infrared isn't always as accurate, but 35, okay? So we're just moving on down the line. It's right there. I get it. Again, the laser is not the most accurate thing because it's reflecting off of stuff. But this one I saw in the 30s too a second ago, moving around. Right now it's hitting 40. If you can like put a piece of tape or something and then hit the tape, it's better, but we're working, okay? Gosh darn it, it's weird because it like, whenever you move it, there you go, 30, 35, okay. So we literally just came out here to check. It's been about 3 days since I was originally here. So we just wanted to make sure everything was good. No more ice so I can close out this ticket. So we're done on this one.
So this was a Saturday morning overtime service call. And you can't help but be a little frustrated because, you know, clearly this didn't just happen overnight. Okay. But again, I have to bite my tongue, swallow my pride, and just get the call done. Because inevitably, I've said it many times before, if they don't call me, they'll call someone else. So I have a choice to make. Do the service call or tell them to call someone else, you know? And if they call someone else, the odds are they're not going to call you back again. So as frustrating as it is, you know, going out for a set of cook drawers, while, you know, that doesn't necessarily seem like a major emergency, think about the grand scheme of this restaurant. This entire cook drawers is the lifeblood of their cooking abilities. I mean, that's where they store their proteins and different things that they cook. So obviously they need the drawers to work properly. Okay. So again, bite my tongue, go out there and just do what I have to do. It is frustrating when you get there and the box is dirty. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Understand something, that these things don't typically come apart very easily, so it's rather difficult for them to properly clean them. And to be honest with you, this one isn't as dirty as it could have been. Okay, so it kind of looks like they were doing some work. Surprisingly, with the volume of this restaurant too, you know, after I cleaned it, probably the next day the box looked just like it was, because they're boom, 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 slamming in and out. You know, super busy. Anyway, so we went ahead, because I was in there, I politely let the kitchen manager know, like, hey, I'm going to have to make a mess. Like, it is what it is. You know, you guys okay with that? And of course they're like, yeah. So then I just bust out the hose and start going to town. Now, obviously, I'm not hosing down the components that are still good. Okay. You saw me just going to town on that evaporator and the outside of the one with the bad fan motor. You know, so, but I don't want to kill the other fan motors and stuff. So I am, while it may look like I'm being reckless with the water hose, I'm actually being delicate and, you know, only getting the components that I know, are going to be replaced wet, kind of a thing. Okay. And since I was in there, I went ahead and cleaned the entire box. Now I didn't scrub it down completely, but I cleaned it so that way, you know, when I'm in there trying to change the temp control or the fan motor, got my head all in there looking for leaks, whatever, you know, food's not dripping on my head and stuff like that. So I just did the best that I could, scrubbed it down. I did have hot water, so that was beneficial. Squeegeed it out. Cardboard is your best friend when you're working in these restaurants, for your knees and your pants, and then also for inside the box. So typically what I do, they have a recycling trash can, you know, out in their trash can area. Just go in there. They got a bunch of cardboard boxes that they just put in there, just lay them all over the floor inside the box. That way I'm not getting all nasty. If you guys aren't figuring this out, if you haven't figured it out from watching my videos, I'm kind of crazy about cleanliness, okay? In certain aspects, like I don't like getting my shirt wet because I have to wear it for the rest of the day and I don't want it to stink. I don't like sticking my head in food and stuff like that. I don't like grease. Yes, I realize I work in kitchens, you know, and that's stuff I'm going to have to get used to. But you guys have to understand something too. I got mental problems, okay? And, you know, I'm obsessed about, you know, grease, and there's certain things that just set me off. And, you know, like these boxes, like I have to clean them. You know, I know there's other techs that are fine with it. They just go head first. They get their clothes all dirty, whatever. I just don't like that. You know, same thing with my hoses. I know I got a bunch of feedback about, oh my gosh, your set's a Nancy because you clean your hose and all this stuff, you know, and you dry them off and you drain them, and it seems kind of crazy. I don't like draping my nasty ass hoses over my shoulder when I have a clean shirt on, you know? So again, it's just those little things that I'm crazy about. And it's just, you know, everybody's unique. Everybody's different. Everybody has their issues, and these are mine. You guys get to experience them and see them in my videos all the time. So I had to defrost the box. So my theory on this box is the two far left coils were not working because the temperature controller wasn't working properly. It had the E2 error code, which means that it's not going to work right, okay? The temp control, each control controls 2 coils and 2 solenoid valves, okay? There's 4 coils total, so there's 2 controls in this box. The left control had failed, so the left 2 coils were not working anymore. The right 2 coils, the far right one, iced up, and the fan motor failed. Now, I don't know which one came first, the fan motor failure or the icing up, but that's a very common thing to happen, where when 2 of the 4 coils in this box go down, the other 2 coils end up icing up, you know, or one of them does, to try to compensate, because it's trying to cool the entire box, okay? So I went ahead and took care of all that. I had the fan motor in my truck. I keep a good truck stock on the parts that I use on a regular basis. So I had the fan motor. I had the temp control. I was able to change it. It was a Saturday morning. I was able to knock that out. And I got in that restaurant at 7 a.m. okay? And I was out of there by 10:30-ish, okay? So I got a lot of work done because I was working efficiently, okay? Trying to, and like the whole leak checking thing, I had the covers off the coils, so why not leak check it while I was in there? What happens if I put it all together, buttoned it up, started the system up, and found that it was low on gas? Then I have to schedule to come back another day and do a leak check on the box. Then we would typically have to schedule, well, then we would submit a quote, and you know what I mean? So I'm just eliminating return visits. I'm in there. I'm going to have everyone apart. When I put my gauges on the unit on the roof, I equalized them out so that way there's low pressure and high pressure on each side. Remember that these coils have solenoid valves, okay? When I turn off power to the evaporators, the solenoid valves shut. So you have to make sure that you equalize your gauges out so that way the refrigerant's going the backwards through the system, right? So it's going through the suction line and the liquid line via my gauges on the roof. Therefore, it's making it all the way into the evaporator down below, making my leak detection effective, okay? Had I not equalized out my gauges, then I'd have been looking for a leak, and there might not have been any pressure in those coils because maybe the system pumped down, you know? So you got to think about all that stuff. Try to make your job easier and faster and more efficient, okay? Again, I've got an owner's mindset, so I'm always thinking, I don't have time to come back here. You know, I got a million things going on. I'm here. I'm going to get the job done as best as possible. Okay, so try to be efficient with your time. Went ahead and leaked to check the coils. Did not find any leaks. System was running a clear sight glass. Everything was good. I didn't see a need to go any further with this. We changed the temp control. We changed the fan motor. And then I did a follow-up visit about 3 days later just to check to make sure that the box was still working. There was no ice and all the coils were working. Customer was happy. All was well. We closed this ticket up. Okay. I really appreciate you guys making it to the end of this video. As usual, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. You guys can follow me on all my social media platforms, on the major ones, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's just at HVACR videos, super easy. If you guys haven't already, check out my website, hvacrvideos.com. You can really help to support the channel. Obviously, I put a lot of time and effort into these, so any bit of support you guys can give is great. The easiest way to support the channel, the simplest, easiest way, is just watch the videos from start to finish. That's the easiest way, guys, without skipping through anything. Because then YouTube pays me and it helps to support the channel. Okay, so please consider that. Again, you can check out my website, hvacrvideos.com. We have merchandise available. We got hats, shirts, beanies, sweaters, all that good stuff. Please check it out. You can keep my wife busy because she's the one that packages up those boxes and ships them out and stuff. So it'd be greatly appreciated. You can also support the channel via Patreon, via YouTube channel memberships, via PayPal, several different methods. Okay. If you guys are interested in purchasing any tools, check out TrueTechTools.com. You can use my offer code Big Picture to save, at the moment right now, and it could change tomorrow. At the moment, you can save 8% on your order. And then I get a small commission from that. And if you guys know what you want to purchase from TrueTech Tools, you can send me an email and I can generate an affiliate link. That helps me out a little bit more, and you can still get that 8% discount. So I think that's it. I'm done pushing all the crap down your guys' throat. I really, really appreciate you. If you haven't already, check out my live streams Monday evening, 5 p.m. Pacific on YouTube, work permitting. And then I also go live on the HVAC Overtime channel, work permitting, Friday evenings about 6:05 p.m. Pacific. So that's it, guys. We will catch you on the next one, okay?